It's been official that Locatelli has renewed his contract with Juventus, but today we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of important news to talk about. So before the video begin, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. So let's begin with Locatelli. Let's begin with, or let's save the best for last. Let's save the best for last. Now we go to the news of today, to the important news of today. Then we go to Locatelli, the salary, and how much does he have till the contract ends. So let's begin with the secret undercover players that commoli is working on. There is commoli is working on players undercover and he is telling no journalist, nobody, nobody, just working on them. And then when it's maybe official or maybe there is some news on them, he will tell the journalist. But one of them could be Zaire Emery. Today, Loco Monblano on Juventus said that Zaire Emery, Moli is looking for Zaire Emery. So Zaire Emery could be a player that could help Juventus, especially in the midfield. He is a good player. He is from PSG. He is a very, very, very good player, and he could be a good maybe if Turam leaves. He could be a good replacement for for him. He could be a very, very, very good um, replacement because Zaire Emery is a good player. And so let me tell you his stats. So he's 20 years old. 20 years old. He's 20 years old. He already won the Champions League with PSG. Okay? He already won the Champions League with PSG. He's a very good player. His market value. So maybe PSG could, so his market value is 60 million, which probably PSG are gonna ask maybe like an 80 million because first he's 20 years old. First he has good potential and he's already good player and he has much more uh, place to improve. Much more place to improve. So it could be a good opportunity if the price is right because you if Zaire is coming, you have to remove a midfielder because of his price. He's coming to Juventus if he comes to begin. He's coming to Juventus to start, to begin a new chapter with Juventus and be the the youngster of the team with Yildiz and try to improve with Juventus. And that's why we need the Bernardo Silvas, we need Elsens, we need the Lewandowski with Juventus. Because if these players are coming to Juventus and we are attracting young players, even like the Olympiacos player from Greece. I forget his name because it's hard, but that is a player that is young, and that is why we need these experienced players. That's why we need these experienced players. And for Bologna, Juventus, Turam and Juventus has trained separately, so has trained individually in La Continassa, and Kelly has trained with the group today. So Kelly's back, and Turam and Yildiz are still training with with the personal trainers of Juventus, so individually. So that's bad. And by the way, Yildiz will play less than 45 minutes versus Bologna, and Turam could even start because we have no midfielders. Who are you gonna play instead of Turam? Cup Miners? No, he's super bad. He's super bad. Come on. By the way, Bologna has lost yesterday in the Europa League versus Aston Villa and even Fiorentina. So there is no Italian um, Italian teams in European competition right now, which is super embarrassing of us, of the Italian league. Just super embarrassing. Super embarrassing. By the way, Aston Villa have destroyed, destroyed Bologna yesterday. So the game versus Bologna is super important to win because now they are dropping in form, dropping in form. They have been dropping in form. So we need to go out there. And I don't care if we win it a dirty game. I don't care if we win 4-0. I don't care if we win 1-0. I don't care if we win how much, but we need to win. And today, let me check the scores of Como. Okay, it's gonna be at 6:30 p.m. Italian time, so it's good because it's Sassuolo and Como. Solo and Como. I thought the game was gonna start at 1:30. But anyways, 6:30 p.m. Italian time, we pray for Sassuolo to get a draw or maybe even a win versus Como. That would do us wonders because if we win, we go to 63 points and now we are 5 points above them. So we hope for Como. Now let's get back into the news. Now, Bernardo Silva is on top, is on top of transfer list of Juventus. Is on top of the transfer list of Juventus, and he is the first players. Is the one of the first players that Juventus want to get as the first. So they want to get him as the first, and they are offering a 3-year contract for Bernardo Silva. And in the next couple of weeks, so it's official that he has left Manchester City after the season because he has written the Instagram post goodbye and we're offering him a 3-year contract. In the next couple of weeks, he will decide which team he wanna go. And he supports Benfica, but let's see in the next couple of weeks, maybe he comes to Juventus. So fingers crossed because this is a player that Juventus need to get. Want and need to get. Very important. And even Juventus are planning, so they haven't done it yet. Juventus are planning to offer Lewandowski 7 million per year, or even a 6 plus 1 bonus. 6 plus 1 bonus for Lewandowski. So right now, if or if we don't agree with Dusan, there's gonna be a higher chance of Lewandowski coming, maybe a Gonzalo Garcia, maybe a Colomoni coming to Juventus because um, Dusan Vlahovic takes a lot of the salary, and if you don't get Vlahovic and you get Lewandowski and you replace the salary with Lewandowski, it's going to be better because Lewandowski is a great player and Vlahovic is an inconsistent player and he plays as he's like a wave. He plays good and then he goes down. Plays good and then he goes down. That is, and Lewandowski is always like this. He stays he stays in a straight line and maybe he goes up and maybe go down, but not that down that he plays a super awful game, a super bad game, or a super bad games. So maybe if, but I think for Lewandowski, I think we're gonna need 10 million. And if Lewandowski doesn't come, for me, we go for Gonzalo Garcia and Colomoni, which PSG has lowered the price for Colomani for 30 million. So if we can get 30 million Colomani and maybe like another 30 million for Gonzalo Garcia, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And if we remove maybe Jonathan David, Milik, look, all the strikers we have now, and maybe just maybe, it's hard. It's super hard. But if you can get in Lewandowski, which is super hard, guys, probably not gonna happen. But hypothetically, if Lewandowski can come with those strikers, he can help them out, especially Gonzalo Garcia because he's still young and he can help him and even he can help Colomani. But the salary of Lewandowski is a little bit too much for Juventus, especially if you don't qualify for the Champions League. So let's see. Now, Bremer has a clause of 54 million, so anybody can buy Bremer for 54 million from July 1st to August 10th of 2026. So they have a month and 10 days to buy Bremer for 54 million. So if a club give Juventus 54 million on the table right now, on the table, on July 1st and August 10th, between those dates, Juventus cannot do anything. So, and with the agent, and if the agent and the club agree, Bremer is them. Which for me, 54 million for Bremer, I'll take it. I will take it. And maybe we get a Solet, maybe Aguila, maybe Muharamovic is not gonna come, but these players are young and can improve the team. And this is the problem because if we don't get these experienced players, this team is going to stay unexperienced and will not know how to play the games. Will know how to play the games, and Spalletti has to be the leader which doesn't play because Locatelli is not like the captain, like you say, for example, Buffon that have that presence, that presence. So we need those Lewandowski, Ellison, and these experienced players. These experienced players with Juventus. So now let's go for Locatelli. Locatelli till 2030. So the contract is a 5-year contract with 4 million per year. With 4 million per year. So for him, it's good. For him, it's good. So, but for Juventus, if we're gonna keep putting everybody a contract extension, and now we are looking to extend um L- Kalulu, there's gonna be players that knock after in 3 years, and then they're gonna say, I was there when Juventus was barely getting to four, and now we are winning the league, maybe. And now I want more salary. Now I want more salary. So it's a risky contract extension. If maybe we could maybe in the beginning of next season, why not? I don't get why not. Maybe extend Locatelli. But I don't know. I think it's a good for him, but not for the team because everyone right now, okay, now I'm playing good. Now I deserve a contract extension. Now I deserve a higher salary increase. So if Juventus is gonna do like that, especially if we don't have Champions League, where are we gonna get the money to extend the players to give them a higher salary? So it is gonna be difficult, guys. It's gonna be super difficult because if, for example, if Di Gregorio is gonna do well, he's gonna go knock on commoli's door and say, I want more salary because when Perrin got injured, I saved you penalty and maybe I saved you top four, and now we are on good terms. Good, like we are maybe winning the Scudetto, maybe we go well the Champions League, hopefully. But now I want a higher salary increase. So tell me, guys, what you think about Locatelli extending with Juventus. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.